coming up in the building. We require hostels where those students who can afford, like my son, can go and pay reasonable prices. I want to be thankful for the good government of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta for ensuring that the university meets its financial obligations, particularly in the recent collective bargaining agreement that was due to our members of staff over the last 2 financial years. I will, however, be grateful if the government, and I want Malenya to take this message back. I thought I would address the Cabinet Secretary himself. I will be grateful if the government facilitates the return of monies in hundreds of millions of shillings that was wrongly channeled to other colleges and is yet to be refunded to universities, including this one. The government intervention is crucial, Madam Chancellor, because the monies were budgeted for by the University of Nairobi for purposes of the same collective bargaining agreement. We went ahead to pay, and we are waiting for that money. Otherwise, we are having a little bit of a problem. Today belongs to you graduates, ladies and gentlemen, without whom this ceremony would not have been possible. You will be joining another 156,000 alumni who have successfully proven to be the quality of the University of Nairobi brand. I'm therefore requesting you to be our worthy ambassadors in the market, and you are welcome to join us again for more education and also to join the Alumni Association as I've asked you. I wish you success and God's blessings, and I want to charge you that some of you will rise very rapidly in life to be wealthy and powerful like the ones in government. Can you remember those that are less fortunate? I wish you success in all your future endeavors, and with those remarks, it is now my pleasure to welcome the representative of the Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Bwana Richard Malenya, to address you. Thank you very much.
Madam Chancellor, my work today is to represent the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, Professor Jacob Kaimenyi. Madam Chancellor, allow me, before I read his speech, also to convey my congratulations to all the graduates and everybody who has contributed to making this university be number one, not only in Eastern Africa, as the DV has told us, we shall soon be number one in Africa, and the position they have achieved out of the 22,000 universities all over the world. The Chancellor of the University of Nairobi, Dr. Viju Ratanzi, Mrs. Chancellors from other universities, Chairman of Council, Dr. Itul Farah, Council members present, Vice Chancellor, Professor George Magoha, other Vice Chancellors of other universities present, DVCs, teaching and non-teaching staff, parents, guardians and sponsors, graduates and students, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Madam Chancellor, a graduation ceremony is the outcome of every student's academic pursuit. But let us even make it more important by reflecting on one's achievement. Please take time to thank those who have stood by you, the lecturers, parents, sponsors, and even your peers. Ladies and gentlemen, the government is committed towards transforming the country into a knowledge-based economy where curation, adaptation, and use of knowledge are envisaged to be critical factors for economic growth and development. I wish to single out the Elimika initiative, spearheaded by the University of Nairobi, which has carried out research in 5 counties, and have disseminated the results on the uptake of the Constitution among Kenyans. My ministry will thus take up the challenge of putting in place mechanisms to enhance research and innovation in the country, including the development of science, technology, and innovation policy, which is already in place. This is for increased provision of research funds, as we have been told. Universities should encourage the students and the staff to fully utilize the funds. We are aiming at having 2% of our gross national product to be allocated to research. So let's make use of that and make it a reality. Finally, Madam Chancellor, I take this opportunity to challenge our graduates to uphold the ethical values acquired from this wonderful university as they endeavor to serve our fellow Kenyans with a lot of diligence. You should be innovative in all your ways and be good ambassadors wherever you go of this great university. I wish you all the best. God bless you. Thank you.
It's now the penultimate time when we welcome the Chancellor of the University of Nairobi to make her remarks and to begin the business of awarding diplomas, degrees. Madam Chancellor, it's your time to make your remarks. Welcome.
Mr. Bernard Malenya, representing Jacob Kaimeni, Vice Chancellor, Professor George Magoha, Chairman of Council, Dr. Idli Farah, Council members, the Senate, Your Excellencies, and ambassadors and high commissioners, chancellors from other universities, donors, university staff, graduates, students, parents and guardians, ladies and gentlemen. It is such a joy today, a great joy, to celebrate with you all the great achievements of all upon whom today we bestow the powers to read. If this were in ancient Luhya land, the sounds of the Isikuti would rend the air as the council of Vasahulus slaughter only the finest bull to celebrate with us on this day. Graduates, many of you are living proof that it matters not how many storms you encounter, but rather that you land the ship safely. You have fought many battles throughout your education journey. Many have suffered defeats, yet by your presence here today, you are testament to the truth in the words of Confucius that our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. So it is with life. In this congregation today are individuals, families, and institutions that have over the years given generously to make this day possible. I invite you, graduates, to consider giving your time, resources, and expertise in aid of the less fortunate in our society. No one has nothing to give. In fact, the world over, those who give the most have the least. If you mentor one person to stop drug abuse, if another sponsors a needy child through high school, and another inspires a group of young delinquents away from crime, imagine the ripple societal effect that the 5,000 of us graduating today can inspire. Clap. The joy and satisfaction that comes with seeing the results of such an investment of time, skill, and money is really immeasurable. Through philanthropy work, I am aware of the difficulties around financing of higher education. Many of our resource-challenged citizens still experience difficulties meeting their financial obligations. You will recall that in my 50th graduation speech, I said that no child should be denied the opportunity to pursue higher education. My own research tells me that public universities elsewhere find ways of supplementing public funding through what they now call sustainability models. The time has come that we must leverage on the abundant knowledge we possess to expand our revenue base and develop an endowment fund for the needy students. On his recent visit to the university, His Excellency, the President, Uhuru Kenyatta, emphasized the role such endowments play in giving that extra sense of stability to institutions. I therefore request the Vice-Chancellor to commission a special team to look into this matter. Today, you graduate at a time of great challenges to public universities. Across the world, universities are besieged with technological, demographic, and economic forces, which they can no longer ignore. Rising costs and reduced state funding remain real threats to the existence of public universities across the world. There is need to reduce overdependence on state support, which has been on the decline and will continue to decline. We thank the creation of Module 2 and the good work the entire business school, led by the able Dean Dr. Aduda, is doing. I have singled out the business school as during my visitation and my interaction with the university management and the Vice-Chancellor, I noticed the Vice-Chancellor always spoke and said the business school was the financial backbone of the university. It gives me a lot of joy to see such passion and dedication in these teaching and strategic gurus. We thank you all from the bottom of our hearts. Recently, I read a feature in The Economist titled Universities of the Future. This feature was largely on the massive open online courses, MOOCs, being developed by top global universities. The aim is to deliver education to every household through ICT. This will enhance affordable education. It is predicted that as online education becomes more widespread, college or university level education will soon be free or cost just a minimal amount for everyone in the world, and that the bachelor's degree will become irrelevant. While we are far from the dire situation in the global north, it is important that we begin to think about creating our own local content if we will not be overrun by these institutions. Well, young Kamau, may we see ripple effects in the industry? Where is he? Is he around? No. You also know about the C4D lab in the School of Computing and Informatics that specializes in high quality and relevant ICT research and innovation to meet strategic development objectives of the government as enshrined in Vision 2030. There is opportunities to scale up this incubator program. ICT has revolutionized the way we do business in this country. Kenya today leads the world in mobile money. Take a minute to imagine a world without mobile money. By tapping into these two and similar initiatives, we, the academic fraternity, will play a more meaningful role in the country's economic development. Professor Mwenga and our on-the-ball Tony, you create magic. Let us see some more. We must rethink governance of our universities. We must review our decisions on higher education, decisions which have hitherto been guided by service to more people and addition of program offerings. We must infuse into university culture a dash of business corporate culture. We must view the university as a business, a going concern whose governance must resonate with the best business practices and corporate governance ideals. I am aware that our able Vice-Chancellor's current term is soon coming to an end. My prayer is that we will use this opportunity to expand the recruitment beyond our borders in line with our quest for world-class standards. We will then in future follow the same self-beaten path to attract the best minds on the continents to our shows. It is said a painting is only as good as the canvas upon which it is cast. It is therefore important that we address the difficulties the university is experiencing if we are to make better graduates tomorrow. Let me now finally address myself to the graduates, the reason why we are gathered here today. We release you into an uncertain world. I am informed that the latest statistics from Commission for Higher Education tells us that every year our universities produce over 50,000 graduates. Kenya Bureau of Statistics tells us that the unemployment rate in Kenya as of 2011 was 40%. In short, the odds are stuck against you. Yet you must hope, seek comfort from the fact that you are no children of a lesser God. You were all created equal, endowed by the Creator with certain inalienable rights, the right to life, to liberty, and to pursue happiness. As Kenya's young Oscar-winning thespian Lupita Nyong'o would say, YDV, your dreams are valid. Today, you are graduates of some of the finest faculties on the planet. Professor Richard Sampson Odingo, we celebrate you. The late Professor Wangari Maathai, we celebrate you. These two have put the University of Nairobi, great scholars like James Tobin and Joseph Stiglitz, both Nobel laureates in economics, found a home at the University of Nairobi. You therefore have all it takes to be all that you want to be. The question then should not be whether you will make it, but when you will make it. It does not matter how slow you go, as long as you do not stop. Keep going, think outside the box. Have the courage